My worst experiences as an ER nurse. I've been an ER nurse for over a decade now, and I've seen some things that would make your hair stand on end. I thought I'd share some of the worst experiences I've encountered. One of the first things that comes to mind happened during my night shift about 5 years ago. We got a call about a multi-car pileup on the highway. I remember the air was thick with tension as we prepped the trauma bays. When the ambulances started rolling in, it was pure chaos. There was one particular patient, a young girl, barely in her teens, who was critically injured. She was unconscious and covered in blood, and I could see the terror in her parents' eyes as they were wheeled in behind her. Despite our best efforts, she didn't make it. I had to step out of the room to catch my breath. I've faced a lot in this job, but nothing prepares you for seeing someone so young slip away. Her parents' cries still haunt me. Another incident that sticks with me involved an elderly man who had a massive heart attack. He was brought in by his wife, who was surprisingly calm given the circumstances. As we worked to stabilize him, I overheard her on the phone, quietly telling their children to come quickly. Unfortunately, he passed away before they arrived. The wife's stoic demeanor cracked, and she broke down, saying she had promised him they'd grow old together. It was heart-wrenching. Then there was the time a middle-aged man came in with severe burns from a house fire. He kept asking about his family, but we hadn't received any information about them yet. It turned out his wife and children hadn't made it out, telling him that was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. The look of utter devastation on his face is something I'll never forget. Working in the ER means dealing with a lot of drug overdoses, too. One night, a young woman was brought in after an overdose. We managed to revive her, and she was so scared and confused. She kept saying she didn't want to die, that she'd just made a mistake. I sat with her until she calmed down, but I couldn't stop thinking about how easily it could have gone the other way. And then there are the moments that make you question humanity, like the time a man came in with multiple stab wounds, inflicted by his own brother during a drunken fight, or the woman who was beaten so badly by her partner that she barely recognized herself in the mirror. It's moments like these that test your strength and resolve. Despite all the heartbreak and horror, I've seen some incredible recoveries and have been part of life-saving miracles. But the worst experiences, they stay with you. They shape you, make you more compassionate, and sometimes, they make you wonder how much more you can take. I know this sounds grim, but it's the reality of working in the ER. It's a constant roller coaster of emotions. But knowing that you've made a difference, even if just for one person, makes it all worthwhile.